school was very reliant on the teacher leading the discussion. It was what the teacher could say, it was what the teacher could deliver.
Well, it would take me hours and hours and hours of time for something that I could do in 10 minutes here. So
it just was a nightmare because you constantly found yourself having to go back to an antiquated textbook or print, and then the students would lose it, they would forget it, but this way it's there, and if you want it, all you have to do is access it.
Now we're becoming much more focused on what the student can bring, to the class, on the research they can do, on the projects they can create. It's really putting the learning on the student and the teacher being a facilitator.
It could take 40, 50 minutes to do one simple assignment, whereas now you're able to download, create, answer, add, work in groups, share, submit, and then come back to the document and then reflect on it, which is much easier and smoother.
I think that them using technology is something that they want to do, and if a student wants to do something, typically they learn better. So I'd say they definitely retain information better using their iPads and computers in the classroom.
It's not that you're working with technology anymore. It's not that you sit down to work with technology. It's how do you make your job more efficient, more successful using these tools. It's really a seamless integration. And that's what we've got to get with our students, is how to be seamless in their learning and their approach to their futures using technology as a tool appropriately.
Okay, class, get out your iPads.
Cover as many as you can.
Since we've gotten the iPads, everything's been a lot faster. We've been able to turn in our work without a problem. No real need for textbooks. We've been able to get it all digitally and get all the information off of there. Anything we have a problem with, we're able to search it up instead of having to wait the next day for the teacher to come up with an answer for us.
it has made everything so much faster. You can do multiple things at one time. Save tons of paper. Everything's instant. Everything is professional. I mean, it's it. Everything's professional.
A lot of teachers are more organized. I feel like with sending stuff via technology, the teachers can stay better organized and grade stuff a lot sooner than if it was on paper.
The one-to-one that we have here at ECA versus how at other high schools you have to share the devices makes a big difference, because students are able to set the device up to their standards and their format pleasing. They're able to retain, I would say, ownership of the device, and they tend to take care of it. Also, it allows them to create files and ways of accessing homework and using study habits that they would otherwise not be able to do if they constantly had to borrow and check out technology.
It's a lot quicker to communicate with your teachers. It's a lot easier to get your work done and have all your stuff organized instead of looking for loose papers.
Once we got iPads, it was much easier to keep up with my assignments. It was easier to do my research, papers. It just basically made everything come together.
I can easily jot down a few notes. If the teacher says something out loud, then write a sentence down on a piece of paper.
It allows me to research things that I don't understand. It's way better.
You know, it was tough going in to figure out exactly how to incorporate technology into the classroom, coming from a situation where that technology is not as readily available. But once I was able to figure out exactly how to incorporate it into the curriculum, it was something that became natural. It's just something that we do every day, and it's much easier.
I think that our school is approaching a much more blended learning model, where our students will be coming into classes where the instruction will be tailored for each individual student, being able to work at a much more unique pace, and we'll be spending time doing a lot more creating with cooperative projects and with PBLs. And I think that what you're going to see is a blended learning where students are doing online portions, in-class portions seamlessly, and it's going to make students much more engaged. It's much more of a research-based model, which is much different from the traditional sit and get that I was brought up with. Kids are going to be much more active participants in their learning.
I think that using technology now is going to help prepare us for the future, because if we go through school using just pen and paper and we get out in the workforce and you're using technology, then paper won't be of any use. So I think that this world is becoming all about technology. You can't exactly escape that. So.
Where we're going as a country and a nation in education, I think that we'd be foolish to think that we can't continue to change the way we're teaching our kids and to identify how our kids learn and preparing them for a world that obviously is immersed with technology.